Reminds me of a little Hank. Wakes me on the radio. She knows that it's me by the way I sing.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
Hey
sisters. What sisters?
Hey everyone, I'm Tyler Rugby. He's a good one.
he's
I like
nice,
that
yes.
one. I like Tyler.
Anyway, we're Big Fat Big. We usually make music, but now we make YouTube videos.
Yeah, we do. Sometimes when we feel like it.
Welcome back to our channel. So the last video that we put up was analysis, was it? Was that the last one we put up?
I think so. One of the last ones we put up.
A recent video.
A recent video.
Was an analysis of our song Shut Up. And we're going to do another one of those videos today, like we said we were going to, of our latest single, Brink of My Sanity.
Brink of My Sanity.
It's off our new EP, which comes out on the 4th of November.
Remember the 4th of November.
4th of November.
Not the 5th.
But if you're watching it after this, it's already out, so go and listen.
We'll link it below.
Yeah.
You can pre-save it if it's not out. If it is out, then you can listen to it. Win-win.
Yeah.
Everyone's a winner.
We're releasing it on tapes and like CDs and stuff, so if you're interested in that, that will also be linked below. Yeah, so Brink of My Sanity, that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yes, we are.
Again, we actually did try to write notes for this video and it didn't go so well.
I'll show you what I've got. I have the I don't know if you can see this, can't see the camera.
The beauty YouTuber thing.
It says notes and nothing else. So we got really far doing that.
Yeah. So if there's no structure at all to this video, then you've been warned.
Yeah.
We have no authority.
No.
Other
We have
than the fact
no
that
authority here, Jackie
No.
Weaver. You'll get what you're given.
Yep, exactly. As always with us. We're just going to talk about the song and the process and our feelings, etc.
Yes, that is the case.
Maybe you should listen to the song before watching this video. If you haven't, go and stream Brink of My Sanity, because then this will make way more sense.
Yeah, I think this song more than any other, like all of our songs are generally quite straightforward, don't really need much explanation. This one is probably the like most different thing that we've put out so far, so it probably would be helpful to have context. I imagine if you're watching this video then you've heard it already, but maybe not. Maybe not.
So should we talk about the writing process first? Because this is, we say it all the time, but like every time we write a song it's different. But this one was like really weird.
An anomaly.
Yeah. Don't know why we did what we did.
Yeah. I wrote the chorus.
Yeah.
We'll call it.
Yeah.
People have different interpretations of which we'll come on to.
Yeah.
But what we would consider the chorus, which opens it and happens a couple of times in the song, I had that years ago. Maybe 2019, maybe 2020. It was a long time ago that I just wrote some words. I think they've changed and stuff since I first wrote them. But...
You had words and a melody as well.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I had like this thing, I had the quite clear idea of I wanted to sound like this. I wanted the guitar bend at the end of the first chorus. I had a very clear idea of that. But then because it's not as like straightforward, clean cut, like obvious chorus as every other chorus we've ever written, I didn't really know what to do with the rest of it.
Yeah.
So finding the like knowing how to slot that in with the rest of it was probably what took the longest. So we've had the chorus of it since I think early 2020.
Yeah.
It probably was.
Yeah. So when Robin sent me a voice note of like the chorus, it's basically in a different, what we've been told is a different time signature to what it is now.
Yes.
Robin understands time signatures slightly more than me. I don't get it at all. I think like simply counting 4/4.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Yeah. If you don't count like a nerd, every song ever is in 4/4. I think you can actually, like we were saying before, you can actually count this in 4/4, but like people have said that that's not proper.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The original version of the chorus, I tried it so many different ways. Like I knew what I wanted the other like patterns to be, like I knew what the other chords were going to be in the song. I knew generally how I wanted it to sound and stuff, and I couldn't get the chorus to match with everything else. And it didn't work until I just decided
put the verses in 3/4, I think, or 6/8.
Well, it's only one. It's only
the verse,
one, yeah.
singular.
In our opinion, there is one verse in this song.
Yeah.
So it goes chorus, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Yeah, it didn't work until I changed the first verse to have like, there's like a breakdown where the is, and it changes time signature there. And I remember the first time that I showed it to you, like we met up in person to write, and I was like, okay, for this song, I've changed it, and this is the only way it's going to work, so if you don't like it, we're not doing it. And it's like quite wordy, it's fast, I mean, you go up the octave at one point, it's like a lot, it's a difficult song to sing, definitely. But I think it really works. I think it took a lot of time to get used to. In practice, Ryan and Joe, like when we took it to Ryan and Joe, they were like, what the fuck is this song?
Yeah, like, why have you done this?
Yeah.
We've done that a few times, to be fair. Sometimes when we write a song and we take it to them, they're like, just see it in their eyes, like, not again. But this is probably the worst one. Yeah, the one that took the longest to get used to. Not because they're like incapable of changing time signatures, just because it's like so different to anything that we have done with them.
It's the opposite of that. Like, they know what we're doing and we don't.
Yeah.
So like, to explain to someone when you don't have the words, like, it's really
we just
hard.
have to
I want you to do, and then you go over this way. Like, it's really difficult. And like, I think we did know what we wanted to sound like, but out of all of the songs that we were writing at that time, this was the one that had the biggest question mark over it. So it took a lot longer to figure out. But I love the way it's ended up. I always fight between like, is this song my favourite on the EP? Because like, it's definitely one of my, I say one of my favourites. There's only four there.
Yeah.
But like, I playing it live, like, there's such a good energy to it, and I think the change in time signature is definitely part of that. Like, the way it drops down and then comes back up is definitely part of that.
Yeah.
The way the vocal matches that, going back into the chorus, like going into the second chorus, the way everything like goes up is.
It's like you can feel it.
Yeah.
Like, it does have the effect that we wanted it to have, which is like the main takeaway from the whole process. I think is that we figured out that if we want something to sound a certain way, even if we don't know how to explain that, we're capable enough to make it happen.
Yeah,
which was nice. Talking of Ryan and Joe as well, Ryan's part in this song, Ryan's our bass player, for those of you who don't know. They're not even that complicated, like, in terms of he's not doing anything like crazy or anything, but it makes me go feral. Like, the bass part, the dum 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 dum. Like, listen to it if you haven't, or if you need to, like, if you haven't noticed that part before.
Yeah.
I don't know whether, because like on record, you can notice it and it's definitely there, but live it just hits different.
It changes everything.
Like, like what they've added to the song is like, you can't deny it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much better now than obviously all of our songs are, but because most of the time when we write a song, it's like acoustic guitar and vocals, and it's still very recognizable from start to end. This one's changed the most, it's evolved the most. It sounds like something completely different, but in like a really cool way.
Yeah.
In like the way that we wanted it to.
Yeah.
It was never going to be a simple, like, the fact that we couldn't explain how we wanted it to sound, we just knew in our head, and as soon as it sounded that way, we were like, yes. That's it. That's what I wanted, even if I didn't necessarily know that.
Yeah.
Like, I think that kind of tells you everything with regards to like our process in writing it. Like, we were completely clueless until it sounded the way that it does now.
Yeah.
We should probably talk about what it's actually about. Long story short, lots of things. Things and stuff. The main hook of the song is put one foot in front of the next. And for me, it's like when everything in the world and in my life gets too much, and I just expect a bit too much of myself, just to go back to basics, remember to breathe, take it one day at a time, and just not putting so much pressure on myself to do a certain amount of things before I'm a certain age, or even just like smaller than that, just every day. If I don't get everything that I wanted to get done, it's not the end of the world, and it's fine, and the world won't end. So it started off as kind of like a reminder about that, and then as the song progresses, like it's not just about that. That was what it started as, and that's like definitely the main theme, I would say, is like taking a breather. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And like start again tomorrow if you need to, like that's fine, or start again next week or next month or whenever you feel like you can. But it is also about lots of other stuff, like about kind of feeling like you have to be something else that you might not necessarily be, which is like a theme throughout the EP, really.
Yeah.
Like the EP is split into two halves, where one half is kind of about this and like growing up and like not knowing what to do and having a lot of pressure and kind of navigating your 20s when you don't know what the fuck you're doing like any of the time. And then the other half is being angry about like the way that the music industry is and the way that the world is, and it's more political and blah 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 blah. So it's split into like a personal half and like a societal half. But this is definitely like more of a personal one.
I didn't write any lyrics for this, like this song is all Robin, and I remember the first time I read them I was like, big brain, big juicy brain on your head, like
on my head. It's so right here.
It's really good. I love the lyrics in the bridge, like that's why oh my god, we haven't even talked about the fact that it's called Foot. Like for months and months, like everyone will know this, like when you write a song, most of the time you don't have the name unless it's like
really
Shut Up.
obvious.
Shut Up was obviously going to be called Shut Up, but like songs like this where like the chorus has maybe like the hook is too long to have as the name or whatever, we didn't know what we were going to call it, so for literally months we called it Foot. Ryan and Joe still call it that. They won't call it anything else. But foot is obviously a horrible word.
Yeah, awful.
Obviously, that's not the name. So it took us ages to decide on a name. And when I read the lyrics in the bridge, I was like, okay, that's what we're going for.
Yeah. But it could have been a few different things, because like the lyric "Brink of my Sanity" is one time. Like it happens once. It's not in the chorus. And there are a few lyrics like that where I think, oh well, like at least that like either means something or it like represents the song quite well. Or like we had a couple of ideas, I think it was you had a couple of ideas that weren't necessarily in the song but lyrics related to that. But I think it's like one of the it's the longest we've taken to decide on a song name. Because even if it's been called something else and then we've changed it, or like something that we haven't released was called something different before it was released or something like that. This was like we always knew it was never going to be called Foot. Like, of course it's not going to be called Foot. We don't want a song called Foot. I don't think we'll ever write something as like this again.
No, probably not.
I don't think so, because like we write pop punk songs in 4/4. Like we write like
that's what we do.
We write like power chords. That's what we do, and this is like a little bit smarter than something we would normally like gravitate towards. So we wanted it to like be represented in the right way, and like the name of a song is such a big part of it. And I don't want Foot.
Come on.
The structure of this song, like I'm quite aware that it's not like typical.
No, it's not the easiest thing to listen to
follow. It's not. It's like that's probably a good way of putting it. It's not easy listening. Like I have to concentrate when I'm listening to it to appreciate it.
Saying this, obviously it's not like fucking math.
No, God,
like
no,
that.
like not
I
like that.
Simply couldn't do that.
No.
Not that clever. But it's like it's not the same as like Shut Up. It's not the same as that. It's different.
It's a bit harder to like. Well, it's not like you can have it on doing whatever you want to do, but like for me, like if I'm sitting listening to it and like want to really appreciate it for like a song that I enjoy, like I do have to sit and like, oh right, okay, and like listen to it properly, because the structure isn't as typical as anything else that we have written so far, or anything that we tend to write in general. And like a lot of people don't see the structure the same way as we do, which is quite interesting. I've found that like people say that the chorus is a different, or it's not the thing that we keep coming back to, or that there's more than one verse. We consider what people call the second verse, we consider that very much a bridge. Like, it was written as a bridge because it sounds completely different to me. Completely different, but other people don't say it that way. So that was an interesting point.
The bridge, I knew from like when it was just me and you, like this is gonna have ours in the background.
Yeah.
Like it felt like with the sound and with the lyrics and stuff, it sounds like you, in my head, it's like, you know that bit in The Snowman when the snowman picks the little boy up and they go flying over the sea.
Can have to put
one foot in front of the, I'll put on a costume, parade around and around the brink of my sanity.
That's how it feels to me. Like as soon as we wrote it, I was like, oh my god, it's like clearly the snowman.
Ella Jones, get Ella Jones up in this bitch.
That's not how it feels at all in the first verse.
No.
In the only verse. That's not how it feels. And I think this song is so much about feeling that it's like that's relevant.
That's what makes it a bridge.
Yeah.
Rather than
because
a verse.
There is like some of the chords are the same, like the pattern's generally the same. But that doesn't mean that it's the same thing. One more thing, one of my favourite things about this song is added. It's not live, it's only on the recorded version in Chris McManus, who we record with. This was his idea. There's like I don't even know what you call it. I guess.
Oh, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Where he held it and then it went.
It's like a pitch bend, like synthy thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but Chris was like, oh, because there's like such a lift going into the chorus every time. Chris was like, why don't we try this out? Where it it's just a horrible noise basically,
it's like,
and it
and it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up until
and then it reaches the note,
the chorus.
And I love that part. That's all I have to say. Yep, feral for that bit. I love it. I think it's fucking genius. Chris is a genius.
If you've got any questions about the song, you can let us know. If you want to know anything, let us know. We'll be more than happy to talk to you about it. It's our favourite thing to talk about, really. Ourselves.
Us. Me.
I.
This song opens our live set. I'll say that.
It sure does.
Yep, and we're going on tour with Martha. And some of the dates are sold out, some of them are not. And
some of them are close to selling out.
Yes.
Manchester, I know, as we speak, well, yesterday it had 13 tickets left, and it's a really big room. So 13 tickets left for Manchester. Sunderland, I know, like the other Sunderland date, the extra Sunderland date that they added, only has like tens of tickets left, not many at all.
I imagine if you're watching this, you're probably from the northeast. So if you want to come and see us play with Martha in a big room at Pop Rex, then get your tickets. That'll also be linked below. Rocking and rolling and whatnot.
4th of November.
Yep.
Remember the 4th of November. Thank you for watching.
You, bye.
Love you, bye.